This feature is similar to the lung pleura. There are two pulmonary pleura, parietal and visceral, that surround the lung and attach to the thoracic cavity. The visceral pleura covers the surface of the lung and is essentially attached to the lung itself, while the parietal pleura is the outer membrane and surrounds that layer. Just as there are two layers of the pleura, we'll have two walls along the lung room border. To help you remember that these walls represent the parietal and visceral pleura, respectively, we'll put piranha wallpaper on the outer layer of the two walls surrounding the dung room and hang some visors on the inner one. The space between the parietal and visceral pleura is called the pleural cavity. Conveniently, the pirate construction workers left space between the piranha and visor walls, so we'll use it to help you remember this piece of anatomy. To help you recall the phrase pleural cavity, we'll fill this space with cavity filled teeth. I guess poor dental hygiene is universal among all pirates, even in space. Harr! Take note that each part of the lung room is not quite symmetrical in size. Remember how in the pectoral axle of video, the pirate construction workers left random pipes on the ship? Well, that lazy bunch built the lung room as well. That is why the lung room is not symmetrical. The workers built three probes on the right side, an upper one, a middle one, and a lower one, but only two probes on the left, an upper one and a lower one. Despite their laziness, this actually helps us out because the room layout is similar to that of the lungs. The right lung has three lobes, the upper lobe, the middle lobe, and the lower lobe, but the left lung only has two, the upper lobe and the lower lobe. One thing to note, in both lungs, however, is the apex, which is at the top of the upper lobes of each lung. The word apex means point or tip, which in this case would be the point or tip of our lung room. Anatomically, the lung size difference occurs because the heart lays more on the left side of the thorax. For the SS Thor lung room, however, the story goes that during ship construction, an engineer, Ling, was supposed to build the left middle probe. However, he was too busy hula dancing and so he never finished it. That's why there are only two probes on the left side. As punishment for his mistake, the SS Thor crew members required him to stay on after construction was complete and manually do the work of the probe he failed to build. Ling, however, doesn't appear to have learned his lesson and is still hula hooping at work. How cheeky can one get? In addition to his story, let Ling hulaing in the left side of the lung room remind you of the lingula part of the left upper lobe. Just as Ling does work synonymous to that of the right middle probe, the lingula part of the left upper lobe is synonymous with the right middle lobe. Just like the SS Thor.